What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. It is the 20th day of April, and here we are sitting at about $2,300 with roughly 9 hours and 50 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. Ethereum had a bit of a drop over the weekend, and now we are ready to move back up. You've all heard of the Bitcoin CME futures gaps, but there's also Ethereum CME futures gaps as well. And I do assume that we're going to come up and fill that gap. At the moment, on the daily time frame, it kind of looks like you're finding resistance at prior support, and maybe we are. But you look at this on the 1 hour time frame, I think we're trying to break out of this downtrend that we established over the weekend with very low volume. I think we're trying to break out of that, and I think that we will see that happen. Negative sentiment over the weekend, a drop over the weekend, it makes me bullish, if anything, not bearish. There was no volume in comparison to the volume to the upside. On the downside, we saw no volume at all. So looking at this here on the 1 hour indicators, the RSI is bearish, taking these oversold positions, but getting above the 50 is nice. Stay here. Breaking out of your downtrend here, you're getting a little bit of a higher high, higher low scenario set up. You could come down, but still be in a bullish posturing as long as you hold these higher lows. So, and as long as you don't get oversold. So the RSI, it's a little bit iffy, but I'm going to lean to the bullish effect just because that's where my bias is at the moment. The stochastics are rejecting the overbought zone, which that's not necessarily good, but sometimes you do that and inevitably prevail anyways. Sometimes you do that, you consolidate, and then you move up. So if we have to reset, fine, maybe it'll be tomorrow that we move up. If we do kind of dilly-dally, maybe it will be today by the end of the day's close that we start moving up a little bit higher. The MACD is taking on a bullish stance right now, but overall it is kind of bearish. I don't really have an opinion on the MACD. 4 hour time frame, looking at this here. Let me just see. Let's see. I was kind of lazy there, but let's just see. I don't know. Maybe it is bearish overall. Maybe we're going to come up and find resistance here. We'll still cross above the zero. That should give us a little push up. That might not be enough to suggest that we go to higher highs, but something that is back above 2,400, sure, I could definitely see that happening. Makes sense to me. The 4 hour time frame here, looking at this, the RSI bouncing off the oversold zone after getting overbought consistently. This is a great look. This is actually very bullish. The 1 hour is dicey. The 4 hour is nicey. It's very bullish. It looks good here as long as we keep going up and we don't get oversold. I think that we're fine. Let's get back above the 50. Let's get back to the overbought zone. You get overbought again, and we likely will see prices that are above 24.45. We likely will be moving up to that $2,500 and beyond level. It depends though. If you move up and you reject the overbought zone, that will not be good. That will not be good. That'll likely result in a lower high or a slightly higher high, and then from there we will build to lower prices than what we saw over the past 24 hours. We look at this on the stochastics, definitely a bullish charge here. We look at this on the MACD. I want to be bullish here just because you're at the zero. You're kind of crossing below the zero, and that is bearish, but I don't know. This is the strongest reading on the histogram that you've seen in some time. That is something to take into consideration. You could bounce here momentarily, but this could also express the desire to go lower over time. So just because we're short-term bullish here does not mean that we're going to see a higher high. Does not mean that we're absolved of going lower. In fact, with some of these implications, they do suggest that we might go lower this week at some point, but we'll see. Daily time frame here, looking at this. The stochastics are bouncing off the 50. That's bullish. That's definitely bullish. We look at the RSI. Coiled up, bouncing off the 50. You have these higher lows coming in overall right here. Definitely bullish as well. And then we look at the MACD. Overall, pretty bullish as well. Very, very bullish. So nothing really to go off of there. My thoughts are at the moment that we still move higher. That is my expectation. Whether that is to a higher high or just higher from here, I do believe that we'll get a little bit above $2,400 there. And maybe if I take a high to low here, let's see. 786 bounce. If we were to go higher, 25 seems to be the minimum. 2,700 maximum, perhaps. And that correlates very well with prior areas of support back here. So maybe even 2,600 and beyond is something to consider, but anything in this range is fair. We could go up a little bit higher and find resistance there too, but time will tell. We'll see. Bullish for now. If we reject this area and we come back down below 2,300, we will be bearish in a very short amount of time. Very dicey right now, but sticking with the bullish perspective. Overall, what we've done so far is just hold this little channel upwards, and I think we're going to continue to do that. So hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.